I'm making one of my favorite desserts today, coffee and caramel pâte de crème. Now you may be asking yourself what a mortar and pestle has to do with coffee and caramel, and the answer is our coffee beans. I'm gonna be crushing them in here to get the maximum flavor into our custard. Into my mortar and pestle here. So it's pretty coarse, but that is the consistency that you're looking for. Just something big enough that it's not gonna pass through your sieve, but you're still gonna get most of the flavor out. We're gonna take this over to the stove with our sugar, which we're gonna turn into caramel. It's heating up. Wait for it to get some color around the edges. At that point, you can stir your spoon around to make it melt and caramelize evenly. When that sugar has turned that deep amber color, we're gonna turn our stove off. We're gonna grab our cream, and now this is where you have to be a bit careful. You wanna stand back a little bit, pour in the cream, let it bubble away. It'll start to calm down, and then we'll go in with our milk. Lastly, the coffee beans. Give it a stir. So essentially think of this like making coffee in this cream and milk now. And pop the lid on for 5 minutes to infuse. Now I just want to strain that mixture out. Smells like freshly brewed coffee in the morning, but with that like milky creaminess. I love that. It's gonna make the most delicious dessert. Egg yolks go in. Make sure you're whisking the whole time. This mixture is obviously hot since it's just come off the stove. The eggs are what's gonna make this custard set and thick. Next, the vanilla. And a little pinch of salt. Pouring this custard into a cup that is gonna make it easy for me to pour. So let's see, we've got any of that last bit of coffee out there. We're gonna cook this bain-marie style, which just means inside a tray in some hot simmering water. I like to bake this coffee custard in some coffee cups and then pour the custard in. Just got a few squares of aluminum foil here. Just gonna put them over the top. This is so the top of the custard doesn't form a skin.
What's a bain-marie?
A bain-marie is a water bath. Water will only reach a certain temperature. So the oven is gonna be hotter, but the water will always remain that temperature that's under boiling. And that just means that we get even cooking and a gentle cook. These babies are ready to go into the oven. I've baked these at 150, a pretty low temperature, which is good for custards. It took about 20 minutes. I'm just gonna pop the lid off, give it a little jiggle. It should still have a little wobble. These are perfect. Get rid of that. Just gonna put them on this tray, and they'll go into the fridge for a couple of hours until they're completely cool. My custards have been cooling in the fridge for a couple of hours. They're totally cooled throughout. But my last thing is whipping up a little bit of cream. I haven't added any sugar or sweetness to this because the custards are sweet enough. And then it's time to serve. It's my coffee and caramel pâte de crème.